AD ho, howdy doo be doo be doo be doo be doo be doo be da. Welcome everybody. Yeah, I didn't. I thought I was further along in the game last night than I really was, so I didn't get to finish it. Plus, I was at work. Um, so for everybody out there in video land, I hope that you are having fun, and if you drop by one of the streams sometime. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the little notification bell. So right now, I'm going to start streaming, and there's going to be a lot of jump cuts, a lot of little pauses, because this is the middle of the day and the only day I have off this week. So I'm going to be doing a number of things. I'll have to get up and water the lawn and all sorts of stuff. But I also wanted to play a game in my downtime as I recover from being up all night. Yeah, it's not easy. So, help me get to partnership on YouTube. Save someone's life. Anyway, love you all. Let's get started. All right, guys, I want to talk about why there are places to sit down and altars in these crypts. This is basically what uh, ancient civilizations, specifically Rome, would do. And there are some primitive organizations that would do similar things. I say organizations, civilizations, uh, where they would place, like an altar, stone chairs, stuff like that for the either sometimes for little receptions for saying goodbye, other times just for the ghosts, of the people that they were burying. So that's why this dungeon is one of my favorite dungeons, because even if the artists didn't know it at the time, they were actually doing something that ancient civilizations used to do in a lot of modern writings and adventures and Dungeons and Dragons and videos, video games and stuff. They don't do this sort of thing. Anyway, so that's one of the things I like about the artwork in this game and the planning. And I died. Well, time to load from the start. And I'll get back here real quick. Alright. In this room where I died, I came back here and picked up some mail and says, "This chain mail is scarce and wonderful piece of workmanship. I recognize it as the handiwork of my own kind. It's elven chain for certain. In this armor, a mage can find protection and yet continue to cast spells." Awesome. This is what ticks me off. The character, it doesn't let me put it on the mage. It only lets me put it on the multi-class character. So it really is, I don't know. But it's still good. It's still a great piece of mail. second verse, same as the first. And the Elven Chainmail is bugged in this version. This is not the most updated version of Ravenloft. I wonder if I should dig out my CD-ROM and install it myself. I do have the Masterpiece Collection. But look, it's not letting mages cast their spells like it should. What a load of crap. That defeats the purpose of the Elven Chain. It does work in Stone Prophet, though. I know that for a fact. So I'm going to keep it because when I convert the characters to Stone Prophet, I keep all their inventory. And I'm going to jump cut now. Alright. Back to where I was. Let's see how much we can do. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and pause it and jump cut. This is taking a while, and I'll show you what the map looks like when I'm done. You basically get the idea of what is here, and if I run into a boss, I'll go ahead and jump cut right into it. But yeah, this is a huge lower dungeon. Jump cut. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this. This is not paused. The gameplay is actually continuing, but the AI for both enemies is moving against each other, so they're basically locked and steady. I love this game. Alright. Jump cut. See this? It was right there. Really difficult to see. Oh, actually, it was a little bit forward. There we go. It was like right here. This is one of the most important items in both Ravenloft games. It's the bag of holding. The bag of holding reduces the weight of all objects. Plus, yes, you can even put boxes in the bag of holding. So the trick is you put all of your heavy items into the box, and then you put the box in the bag of holding. And apparently I got hit again. Let me go ahead and rest and heal so I don't die by accident. And everything that you put in there, it's just the weight, the value equals 0. Bag of holding is right here. All those things are rocks that you get in the bag of holding. I think they did it to show people what the bag of holding does. Big heavy rocks in the bag that weighs nothing. And the bag of holding you can take into Ravenloft, the Stone Prophet, if I recall correctly. 90% certain that you can. Anyway, so yeah, important item, and yeah, you can see I've filled out this dungeon so far. You see all these teleportation traps and everything, and all these hidden rooms. This is why I'm not doing a steady recording of this dungeon. It's just not. It's just not that fun. The level 1 is fun. Level 2 is just you're trying to figure everything out. I think I've been playing this particular level for over an hour because you're constantly saving, you're constantly casting negative plane protection. Always make sure you have negative plane protection. Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Right here. Negative plane protection on and active. You see the little yellow band around your characters. That means negative plane protection is there. Protects you from being level drained if you're hit once by the whites or the ghouls or the vampires or whatever. Always make sure you have it on. In the rule books, it has a duration and it expires. In these games, it doesn't expire ever unless you get hit. And I think they did it for gameplay purposes because it's really difficult to keep up that spell and rest and memorize or whatever, pray for your spell. And so it's they did it for gameplay purposes, and they should have. Just like they sped up combat for gameplay because the Dungeons & Dragons manual said one strike per minute, which is nonsense. That would be that's unreasonable. Anyway, yeah, but that's it, and going to jump cut again. See you. Jump cut. Okay, so do you see what's going on here? There's a spinning pressure plate. It's a trap. I'm not going to put it on my map because I already put the necklace of good luck there. I mean, I really should make a map that's number coded, right? Just that's so much trouble. And, you know, people should enjoy the game anyway. You know, they shouldn't just rely on created maps for the whole thing. So, let's see here. I'm going here. Oh, I bet that's a teleportation thing. In which case, I'm going to check the other area out first. I've got two areas to check out before I go into that corner. This is the once I go into that corner, it will teleport me if it's a teleportation thing. Let's see here. Is this a teleportation thing? No. Good. Oh, good. Potions. I'm not even marking down where I get the potions anymore. I'm just putting them in. Because they do put a whole bunch of potions around everywhere. And, I mean, I've actually used a couple lately. So, you know, that's why I put stuff. Anyway, so, yeah, that's where you see me writing down things like stuff. Oh, is this a teleportation alcove? Good. It's not. That might be a teleportation alcove. I'm not going to test it out until I finish looking at everything. Oh, shoot. See, those things are vicious. They come at you hard. See here, is there anything here? Oh, button. That opens something up. I'm going to put button here. I'm not labeling all the buttons. I'm just really labeling the ones that seem to be super important. And the ones that are hidden away. The ones that you could miss. There are so many buttons that are right in your face that I'm not going to label them because... Oh, that's not a teleportation thing. Okay. Like, I'm not labeling them because I shouldn't, and I don't need to. I mean, because you are delivered right on top of them. Just like there are some keys that I haven't put down because you get them immediately, or they're the only thing in the room. So now that I press that button, I have to figure out what it does. These buttons, I can't remember if they actually disable some of the teleport things or if they open some of the doors. I know that they're important, so you need to press all the buttons on, except for the buttons where... There are a couple buttons where they're on either side of the wall, and it's the same button. Because of how the 3D works, it's not like a regular 3D game like we know it today. This type of 3D is more similar to Doom, where it's like a two-dimensional ground floor that sort of has 3D coordinates and draws things from down to up. And so when you click on a button, that's when there's a button on both sides of the same wall, and you click on one side, it will automatically activate the button on the other. So you know, because that whole tile is actually considered a button. The button isn't the small little thing inside the tile; it's the entire tile that's the button. It just, you know, they use trickery to make it look like the button is a little tiny thing, a little tiny knob. It's not. The whole tile is the button. So I've said that 17 times. I'm sure you get it now. Anyway, Now that I pressed that little button, I need to figure out what it opened. I'm not sure what it opened or where things happened, but I'm going to have to pause again and then I'll jump cut to the end. All right, jump cut. Jump cut. All right, so I want to show you what that reverse does. The reverse that's right here, I say reverse, this is what it does. It flips you back and forth. You see that? So if you keep moving in one direction, you know, I was moving backwards. But if I'm moving forwards to go this way, it'll flip me around and reverse me. And so you have to be really careful when you're on that tile. You have to move forward, and then it flips you around. Then you have to move backwards, or you have to turn around. Okay. There we go. So, jump cut. Oh, that button, I didn't know what it did. It disabled 3A. So I'm going to write that down. I think that's actually what quite a few buttons have done. So let me see here. Let me rest here. And let me figure out how to open this door. Jump cut. All right, so I want to tell everybody where I am. All those buttons that you find on the second floor, they actually open these doors in this game. You know, like B1 is for door 1, B2 is for door 2. So button 2 is actually on the other side of that wall in that maze. Button 3 is for door 3. I'm not going to search for any of the other buttons. You can see that I did list that there were 3 other buttons down here and a 4th button up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can figure out which doors they open. I'm not going to go back and press them to see which doors they open or close, just because I'm lazy. And you have to explore the dungeon anyway. I did my best to put the buttons, though, because they did look like they were a little bit hidden. So the buttons are everywhere. Oh, that button's for those. So let's see here. That button's for those 2 doors right there. So 1, 2, 3. I have 3 buttons that are actually listed. There's another button in here that I must not have put down because it's like right in your face. So I guess there is a button that I didn't list. But really, truly, that I didn't list a button if it was right in your face. So whatever buttons I don't list, because there are quite a few buttons in this. There are quite a few buttons in this maze, in this thing. So that's why I didn't list all of them. I really only listed the buttons that are exceptionally difficult to get to, or that are like hidden behind a wall and stuff like that, or that are difficult to see. So I made sure that I listed the buttons that were difficult to see. Let's see here. Where did I? Oh, it's right here. Bag of holding. I didn't put bag of holding down. Bag of holding. Right there. I had to rewrite that. I must have loaded a save before I put that down. But yeah, that's where you get the bag of holding. So that's basically it. And I'll go ahead and play now because this is like the end of this dungeon. And so let's have some fun. Alright. Looks like I got the Elven Signet Ring. I bring it back to the ghost. Jump cut. Alright, let's start. We have returned. Will you accept this from us, your family's honored signet?
I accept it as I accepted my life in birth, as I accepted the kindness of my mother, and later the adoration of my greatest love. You have given me everything. For your selfless work, for what life and blood you risked in my ancient cause, I bestow upon you all that was my former glory. What I had in life is now yours. Behold.
Is it true then, after these many years, will you be able to leave here and find your way to Elven Paradise?
Aye, great friend. You have freed not only my tortured soul, but that of the groaning spirit and his sisters. We go to Avernay, that place of beauty hidden away from all but elves. It is a place of wooded glories, where our love may once again be achieved, and all things are possible. Avernay will grant us the pleasure of forgetting the depths of this horrid prison, and our prince's low deceit.
And this equipment is truly badass. I'll go ahead and show it to you, and then I'll sign off. Just remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the little bell. And that'll be the end of this episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. A rare piece of elven insurance this is. Armor forged from the superior elements of elven plate. A true find.